have a favourite kind of flower? What is it and why is it your favourite? Hello everyone, I'm Kathleen Pally. Welcome to Journey with Story. I wonder what some of your favourite flowers are. There are so many to choose from and it makes it hard to choose just one, doesn't it? Well, one of my favourite flowers is the snowdrop. You know, that tiny, delicate, white flower that looks as if it's nodding from its stem when we see it peeping up in the earliest days of spring. Well, today's story is a lovely tale from North America about how the first snowdrops appeared. Before we begin, a big thanks to a lovely little girl called Holly, who recently sent me a most marvellous drawing inspired by our story, The Magic Orange Tree. You can see it on our January blog post if you go to www.journeywithstory.com and click on blog posts. Thank you, Holly. It's so nice to hear from your mum that you love to listen to our podcast. That makes my heart sing. Now, mums and dads, an important announcement for you. Very soon we will be offering Journey with Story t-shirts and Journey with Story colouring books that you can buy from our website. They will be available hopefully by March, but please keep listening for updates and look at our episode notes too, where we will post more details. Now, let's take a journey with the first snowdrops. Old Man Winter was sitting alone in his gloomy house, remembering proudly all his great achievements. "No one else in the world has performed such great deeds as I have," he said smugly. Suddenly, his thoughts were interrupted by a noise outside. "What dares to bother me?" grumbled Old Man Winter. "It sounds like gurgling water, but I've ordered the waters to be quiet in their beds." He heard another noise. "That sounds like singing birds, but I've sent the birds far away to the south." The door of his house was pushed open, and in stepped a young man with sparkling eyes and rosy cheeks. "Who invited you in?" asked Old Man Winter crossly. The young man smiled. "I'm afraid I came without being asked," he said. "Usually everyone is happy to see me." "Well, I'm not," snapped the old man. "Why are you here?" "I have heard many stories about your great deeds," said his visitor. "So I came to see if they are true." "My deeds are greater than any story can tell," said Old Man Winter. "Nobody can count all the wonderful things I've done." A merry light twinkled in the young man's eyes. "Let's see which of us can tell the greatest tale," he suggested. "Well, I can breathe upon a river and turn it to ice," said Old Man Winter. "I can breathe upon the ice and turn it to a river," said the young man. "I can shake my hair and snow covers the earth," said Old Man Winter. "I can shake my hair and the air sparkles with sunshine to melt the snow," said the young man. Old Man Winter frowned. "Well, I tell the birds to stop singing and be gone, and they spread their wings and fly far away." The young man laughed. "I ask the birds to come back, and they return and sing their sweetest songs to me." Old Man Winter didn't like to see his powers matched. "When I shake the trees with my icy fingers and breathe on them with my cold breath, they shiver and drop their leaves to the ground," he boasted. "I've never seen leaves on the ground," replied the young man. "When I appear, The trees are clothed in bright green and tremble with delight at my arrival." "Ha!" exclaimed Old Man Winter with annoyance. All night long, Old Man Winter and his young guest exchanged stories. By morning, the old man had grown weary, but the young man was merry and full of life. He turned to the open door. Sunlight sparkled outside. All the trees were clothed in bright green leaves, and birds were singing on the branches. "Welcome back, beautiful spring," they sang. "We're glad to see your face again." "My dear friends," cried Spring happily, "let's sing together." He turned to say goodbye, but the old man had disappeared. All that was left in his place seemed to be a few snowflakes. Spring looked closer. To his surprise, the patch of white wasn't snowflakes at all. It was a cluster of white snowdrops with their flower buds nestling among their leaves. "From now on, these will always be the first flowers of the new year," said Spring with delight. "And they are the only flowers that ever remember Old Man Winter." Well, I don't know about you, but that story makes me wish it was spring already. But it also makes me think it might be fun to write a story about another flower, maybe a rose or a lily or a pansy, and how it first came to be. Why, maybe some of you could try to write that story for yourselves. Cheerio then. Join me next time for Journey with Story. Music and post-production was by Colette Jonas.